Checkpoints, positions, how to run faster. Usain Bolt, the fastest man in the world, as you can see, the first thing is his knees are always in the same position. Once his knee hits his A position, he attacks the ground downwards. His heel grazes by his butt. He's in a good position. His arms and his hands are past his torso and hips. He is not running cheek to cheek. If you notice, every single runner has a separation between their torso and their hands because they're getting more done. This is going to be a breakdown of how to find your checkpoints and how to make this a normal thing every single time for every single runner. First thing is breaking down your actual run. You want each leg to do what they're supposed to do by jumping into your heel tuck position, then your A position, then attacking the ground straight downwards, and while you go down, align the knees together. Then once you have that motion down on each leg, you go through the whole motion together in one fluid motion. The goal is to stay in your position the whole time and hitting your checkpoints. From there, you want to combine the legs together by doing dribble runs. As you can see, I am doing this, and I'm doing this in a more flat-footed position, hitting my checkpoints correctly. But many athletes will cut their position short, and when you cut it short, it leads to not firing correctly and landing on your toes. As you can see here, if the toes are lazy, but you bring your knees upright, you're going to see negative positions as in your toes, then heels hit. That's a very counterproductive motion. Then from there, I had him do an extreme of the opposite end, which is landing more on the heels. As you can see, there is no extension of the ankle, but he's hitting in better positions. But once you find those positions correctly, then you'll be able to hit more fluid motions and hit in the right positions. Now once you drive your knees higher, you should maintain the same checkpoints and same positions and same bounce off the ground. From there, you have the athletes simply run with that new knowledge. As you can see, there's going to be a lot of overstriding, so you bring the hurdles in, or dribble runs is what I call them. Other people call it wicked runs. You'll see that there is a increase in tempo because the hurdles are forcing them into position. You can also see that you're going to find them be a little bit more upright because they have to be more springy, more bouncy, which is what you want out of all sprinting events, is having that extra power to use. As you can see here, if the hurdles are too close together, athletes will decrease and break their speeds, but overall, it's focusing on hitting your checkpoints. As you can see here, this athlete lands a lot with his heel, which means he's pulling with his hamstring through his run, which will eventually lead to a hamstring injury if this isn't corrected. But as you can see here, with the hurdles, there's a slight change in his posture, a little more upright, a little more helpful in his run. Let's see, this is Tiffany. She's actually hitting heel first, and this is Joy, another athlete. But now she's also hitting heel first and reaching. Now she's reaching simply because the hurdles are just too far for her. The other athlete, his stride is a little bit too choppy, but because he's choppy, you can see that his toes touch too soon. And as you put the hurdles in, same concept, his toes are hitting too soon still, but he's a little more upright in his posture. Here's his brother, very long stride, looks really good so far. And then here, the posture gets more upright, a little more boxed in, but he's hitting in a lot better positions. Here's a basketball player, hips back, chin up, angles are completely off. It doesn't really change too much, however, his stride consistency is there, but his chin still is upright. You can see that his posture is a little bit better. Frankie is an athlete that overstrides. He floats within his run. And you can see here that now there's no time to float simply because the hurdles are there and it's forcing him into his position. Angelina strides pretty good so far. Her chin is still upright, but you can see that she's in a more upright position through her run. Last few athletes, Brooklyn, again, same thing, overstriding, using a lot of her heel and hamstring to pull herself through. Here, she's more attacking. It's a better position, but still not all the way there yet. Sophia, you can see that she has a knee lift, heel to butt, run looks pretty good so far, and there's no real change within the run because she's been practicing this over and over again. So as the athletes understand it, you should see consistency with their run. You see here that Maggie Her knee drive is low, and so now she's actually giving too much knee drive. So as we continue, you're going to see a blend between the two. One of the pole vaulters, Lily, poor knee drive, and now knee drive is a little bit better, postures upright. This is what you want to see from a pole vaulter specifically. Sophia, same thing. She's leaning forward, downhill type of run. She's also a pole vaulter. You put the hurdles in, and you can see that there is a little bit overstriding, but again, she's a little bit shorter, so these hurdles are probably just too far for her. But all in all, the focus is break down your run leg by leg, movement by movement. Then progress to running, then progress to running in a fixed environment to see the consistency. Once that consistency is set, then stick with it.